something's going to happen. Don't know what, but you can feel it in the cold. But you can feel the genuine excitement in the cold air. The streets of Boston, normally quiet on a winter evening, are crowded with people. Some are milling about, and others are in small groups arguing amongst themselves. And still others are shouting anti-British slogans. Relations between England and the American colonies have been strained lately, and I hear people actually talking about revolution. Some say they're ready to fight for liberty. Wait, here comes a man. Let's ask him what's going on. Sir, excuse me, sir.
Yes? What is it?
I wonder, sir, if you can tell me what's going on here tonight.
Who are you?
I'm the narrator.
Oh, well, I'm in something of rush.
I wonder if you can tell me what's going on tonight.
Where?
Here, on Tremont Street, Boston, Massachusetts. What's your name, sir?
My name? Smith. Mr. Smith.
I won't keep you, Mr. Smith. But could you tell me why these people are so angry?
I would love to stay and talk, but I'm late for a meeting.
Meeting? A political meeting? Are you a member of the Sons of Liberty?
Sons of Liberty. Never heard of them. That's your excuse me.
Excuse me, sir. I wonder if you could tell me what's happening here tonight.
Who are you?
I'm the narrator.
Oh, how do you do? I'm Mr. Smith.
Smith? There are a lot of Smiths in Boston.
As the narrator, aren't you supposed to know everything?
There are many different kinds of narrators.
Haven't you heard of the tea tax?
I've heard of it, but
The British are trying to punish us as though we were rude children. Well, we'll show. Oh, the tea tax. We were talking about the tea tax. Last summer, England passed the Tea Act. This gave the East India Company, a trade company, the right to determine who could sell tea in the colonies and who couldn't. Since 1 million of weak colonists drink tea twice a day, that amounts to a lot of money. That's not the main point. The main point is, if Parliament can control who sells tea, it can control who sells anything in the colonies.
then, Mr. Smith, do you advocate a complete break with England?
A complete break? Independence? Why, that would be treason. We're honorable men. England will come to her senses. We can sort out our differences in an agreeable manner.
I understand the Sons of Liberty are meeting tonight, but do you know anything about that?
Sons of Liberty? Ah, yes. Sounds familiar. Let me see. Aren't they that naturalists club? They study birds, I believe, and butterflies.
Actually, I believe it's a political organization.
Politics? Oh, I don't follow politics. I'm merely a tea merchant.
Tea? But sir, didn't you just say that the tea tax was tyranny?
Oh, please excuse me. I have an appointment with my blacksmith.
Bloody redcoats!
Get off our shores!
They're worse than Egyptian tyrants. Let's tag along behind Mr. Smith and see if we can learn anything more. What's this? Printer's shop? Easingill's printing office. I hear raised voices from upstairs inside. Let's see if we can...
I'm sorry, but this is a private meeting. With all respect, you may not enter here.
I'm the narrator, and I was wondering if the Sons of Liberty were meeting here.
The Sons of Liberty, we're Frenchers. We're discussing ink.
What's your name, sir?
Jones, Mr. Jones. Now, if you'll excuse me.
Down with the king!
Down with England! Let's see if we can get the British viewpoint from Governor Hutchinson. The governor's residence is down this way, toward the harbor. Only a 5-minute walk. Wait, there are a couple of British soldiers over there in the shadows. Let's get their perspective. Good evening, officers.
Here now, we don't want no trouble.
No trouble. I'd like to ask your opinions on the tea tax.
Our opinion? Want our opinion?
Why, yes.
I don't think anybody's ever asked us our opinion.
When that officers were just common soldiers. Privates, who are you?
I'm the narrator.
I want to know what you think on the tea tax. I think it's unfair.
That's right, but it's not really about tax or tea, is it, sir? We've been mulling it over. Look at it like this. These colonists already pay taxes. It's not like they're saying they won't pay any taxes at all.
But the colonists have been acting up to life. Say there should be no taxes if they don't have work in Parliament.
You didn't hear this from me, but we agree with that. But the colonists, they're dreaming if they think King George is going to let him tell them what to do.
Dog!
He's starting to throw stuff.
Tell me, gentlemen, what are your orders?
Our orders do nothing.
Avoid trouble no matter what.
Trouble if it's come down to one. We'd have to shoot them if we even agree with them. Not just going to ask our opinions on it.
Excuse us. We'd better move along.
Well, let's go on to Governor Hutchinson's house.
Not represent the British viewpoint, as you put it. I am a Massachusetts man. I have steadfastly opposed the sterner measures taken by the Crown thus far. But you must remember one fact. We are all Englishmen, and as such, we are subject to the laws of Parliament and the Crown. If we do not like these laws, then we may petition Parliament with our grievances. But in the meantime, we must abide by them.
Some colonists say they should not be taxed by Parliament, since they have no leader to represent them in Parliament. No taxation without representation is how they put it. Sons of Liberty are saying that taxation without representation is tyranny.
Sons of Liberty? Don't talk to me about the Sons of Liberty. They're radicals. Look out there. Look at that mob. We have mobs on the streets of Boston, and they've been incited by the rabble-rousing talk of men like Samuel Adams, Josiah Quincy, and Thomas Paine.
Don't the colonists have the right to?
I'll tell you about rights. It's really quite simple. We, as Americans, have no rights, except for those that the King and Parliament choose to recognize. Do you know what those Sons of Liberty want me to do? They demand that I send those 3 tea-ships anchored in the harbor back to England. They demand that I do this as a protest against the Tea Act.
Are you going to do it?
I most assuredly am not. Those ships have already cleared customs. It would be against the law to make them leave now. British law. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have work to do. Even at this late hour, there's a mob on my streets.
Are we going to sit here and do nothing?
No! Nay!
Are we going to sit by while tyrants heap insult on injury?
No!
No? Then what will we do? Talk, discuss, debate?
No.
We'll act!
We'll act this very night.
You know what they say about us in the South. In Charleston, where the Patriots unloaded the tyrant's tea and let it rot, they say that Bostonians are better at resolving what to do than doing what they resolve.
The time for talk has passed.
What do you say, Samuel Adams?
You all know me, do you not? I am the same Sam Adams who opposed tyranny and loved liberty, and I say this. Mr. Quincy and I have sent a demand to Governor Hutchinson. It is a simple demand. It says, return those tea-ships back to England. We are committed to this demand. However, we must wait until the governor replies. But know this. If we act, the tyrant will call our actions treason, and he will react accordingly.
Sam, the master is just allowed from the governor's residence.
Governor Hutchinson says he will not return the tea-ships to England.
Can you say nothing else?
Nothing.
Gentlemen, this meeting can do nothing further to save our country.
What's this? Indians? Mohawk Indians coming from the print shop? That couldn't be. They're carrying clubs and tomahawks. And they're white men in disguise, hurrying down Tremont Street. Something's going to happen. Sir, excuse me, sir, what's going on here?
Step aside. We have no time to talk now.
Why are you dressed like that? I'm gonna see the king's team with some salt water. What? Salt water? Wait, other men in disguise are joining from the side streets. They're heading for the harbor. I wonder, sir, do you intend to attack the tea-ships?
We're unarmed, as you can see.
But you have hatchets and clubs. You mean no harm to any man.
We mean harm to King George's tea.
They're running now. I'll try to keep up. Oh no! There's an armed sentry at the head of the Griffin's Wharf, and he's leveled his musket. It's going to be violence.
Halt! Who are you men? What do you want?
We want nothing from you.
We ask you to step aside. We want no bloodshed, but as you can see, you are far outnumbered. Please step aside.
Everyone's tense. What's going to happen? Wait, the sentry's lowered his rifle. He's letting the men pass. Now they're boarding the ship. They actually mean to do this. There's another sentry on deck.
Halt! You may not board here.
Good evening to you, sir. As we plainly see, you are outnumbered. And since we mean no harm, we request you to lower your musket and let's get on with our business.
Your business is treason, sir.
So it is, but we'll conduct it.
If you damage this ship, my captain will not go easy on you.
Sir, if I had the time, I'd polish your binnacle.
They're all going aboard now. I think I know what they're going to do. Yes, they're throwing bales of tea over the side into the harbor. They're sweeping the decks clean. It's a strange sight this night in Boston. The king's ship seized by Mentres's Mohawks. I can see the outline against the pale winter moon as hundreds of pounds of tea drift away on the tide. Well, there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Sons of Liberty are climbing back to the Griffin's Wharf and dispersing in all directions. If there's war, and it calls winter independence, we'll witness history in the making. In any case, King George cannot ignore this affront. Something will surely happen now, but only time will tell its outcome.